What is up guys, Rampanel1 here and welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Number 36. In this episode we are on YGO-Pro or DevPRO and we are covering the long and awaited Burning Knucklers. I've been waiting to use these cards for a long ass time now, and now that I've moved over to YGO-Pro I can use them. And now that I have used them, I am definitely not disappointed. These cards are truly amazing. So as usual, I'm going to be giving you guys my recipe for this deck, and then at the end of the video I'll be covering all strategies and tactics and stuff for this deck. As usual, this deck is in the description, so you can go get the recipe for it there. So first off, our Burning Knuckler cards. We have 3 Glassjaws, 3 Switchhitters, 3 Spars, and 3 Headgears. Now, we are running most of them, but the only one we aren't using is Counterblow. Now, Counterblow is definitely a decent card, and it can be easily dumped into the grave by Headgear and used at a later turn. But I feel as if this deck is a lot more consistent without it. Plus, it is a level 3 where the rest are a level 4. I probably would run one of these things if it was a level 4, but unfortunately it's not. As for our support monsters, we have 2 Goblindbergh, 1 Gorz, 1 Sangan, 1 Maxx, and 2 Effect Veilers. As for our spell cards, our main spells to this deck are rank up magic cards. We have 3 rank up magic Barian's Force and 2 rank up magic limited Barian's Force. I wanted a total of 5 rank up magics in this deck for consistency, and the reason we run more than the other is because it has an additional effect which lets us take one of our opponent's XYZ materials and attach it to our new summon monster. So all in all, it's a much more useful card. Then for our support spells, we have Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, and 1 MST. And on top of those, we have 1 Reinforcement of the Army and 2 Warrior Returning Alive. As far as our traps go, we just have a very basic defensive support lineup. So we have 2 Bottomless Trap Holes, 2 Mirror Force, 2 Dimensional Prisons, 1 Solemn Judgment, and 2 Solemn Warning. And last but not least, the extra deck. Here we have 3 number 105 Burning Knuckler Meteoric Cestus, 3 Burning Knuckler Restrained Barbaric Soldier Leadblow, 3 Utopias, 2 number C105 Burning Knuckler Cestus the Comet, 2 number C39 Utopia Ray V, 1 Excalibur, and 1 Digusto. Okay then, now that you know our deck, let's go over some strategies and tactics I have for it. So the main point of this deck is to get those XYZs out. My favourite one to get out first is Leadblow. So the way I normally go about doing this is in a few different ways. First off, you can either go into any Burning Knuckler and then special summon Spar with his effect which lets you special summon him when there is another BK on the field. Another way to do this is on your second turn. I normally go into Headgear first because his effect lets him withstand the first attack from our opponent, and then on the second turn I just summon another monster. As far as Spar goes, I would definitely try to get him out on the first turn as he makes it so you can't attack the turn you use him. Leadblow is definitely the frontline card you want to be using for this deck, as he is able to protect your BK cards as his effect doesn't negate them, but if one of your BK cards are going to be destroyed, he can detach a material instead and at the same time gain 800 attack points, so it's definitely a strong card. If you are able to get a Leadblow out on turn 1 or 2 and then follow up the next turn with another Leadblow, while having a decent back row of traps, say some Bottomlesses and some Solomons, you could pretty much confidently call that game. Now, the main source of winning with this deck and getting your opponent's life points down to 0 is using the rank up magic cards. The reason we are running Utopia on top of Cestus is because Utopia only requires 2 materials, and once you use the rank up magic on it, his second effect is the same as Cestus, which allows you to detach a material and destroy a monster your opponent controls, and then your opponent loses points equal to the original monster's attack. But if you can, it is always better to go into the ranked up magic Cestus, as he has a strong primary effect dealing more damage on top of being protected by the Leadblow. The best way I have found to go into this is by using things such as Goblindbergh into a BK and then use Spar's effect to special summon him and then go into Cestus like that. Or you can go into Headgear, send a card to the grave, Then next turn summon a Switchhitter, use his effect to summon that card you sent to the grave, and then you have your 3 materials that way. As far as Goblindbergh goes in this deck, he's mainly there for summon Cestus and Utopia. A great thing they did with Leadblow is they made it so you need Burning Knucklers as the material. If you didn't need Burning Knucklers for its material, I could see it being a much more powerful card than it should be, and then possibly hitting some sort of ban list down the future, because he could just be summoned with normal rank 4s in any deck and then just protect himself, gain attack points, and yeah, like I said, eventually hitting a ban list. So it's great that its materials need to be Burning Knucklers. So the golden rule to remember for this deck is always go into your Leadblow first, and then follow up with another powerful monster, whether it would be a Utopia Ray V, a Cestus, or another Leadblow. As for the other 2 XYZs, we have Diguster is there for sending scrap material on graveyard back to the deck and adding draw power, and Excalibur is there to get over bigger monsters such as BLS. And that sums up our build. I am having great success with this deck, and I can definitely see it becoming a very high tier deck, just because of the consistency I am achieving with it right now. As usual, if you have any of your own suggestions for this deck, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. Also, if you could, be sure to leave a like rating and subscribe for more videos. Again guys, this is Round Panel 1, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.